Hello, let me know if you can see and hear me okay. It's going to be a group energy healing where I heal 130 people in 11 different countries. So hello to all the people that I'm going to be healing in this live stream who purchased this healing 2 months ago. The set of 2 healings. So it's this healing today and then the healing in 2 days. Tuesday, June triplet set of 2024. And the theme is traditional Chinese medicine meridians 2024, because we also did it in April of 2023, and that playlist of those 5 videos is linked in the info section of this live stream, and we'll be putting it in the comment section. Let's see, I have a lot of goodies to do today. There's also a playlist for all the 5 videos of this month, because separate playlist, because they're super cool, and that way you can reference them easily if you want. Thank you for your surveys of the last triplet set, the last healing. I reviewed the surveys and I appreciate the feedback. Helps me to plan. So let's discuss what I'm doing in this healing, most likely. What I'm most likely doing. Nice. Can hear you. That's Danielsville, Georgia, in the U.S. So, yes, I'm broadcasting from Olympia, Washington, Pacific Northwest of the United States, and it is windy and cloudy right now and 50 degrees. We're having a prolonged spring weather. Usually by now there's no more rain and it's much warmer, and then the whole summer it's warm and dry, but not this year. This year it's been cooler and raining off and on still. So that's kind of weird, but it's better for droughts. Then by the late winter, usually we have like a lot of risk of wildfires and stuff. Yeah. So this way, with the rain lasting longer than it normally does, hopefully then we will have less wildfire risk in the late summer, early fall. Always a bright side. Hello, I can see and hear you very clearly from Ottawa, Canada. 70 degrees. How about that? So you're 20 degrees warmer than us in Canada. Just flip-flopping in my flip-flops around town. Well, oh, and it's 90 degrees and sunny in Georgia. Oh, that's 90 though. It's a little bit toasty. Probably not for you guys in Georgia. It's probably just normal. Alrighty. So let's overview so, oh, I got another hello from Chicago. 86, hot and sunny. Wow. A little too hot. Sunny part's nice. Okay, so overviewing the theme and techniques. So, like I said, it's on traditional Chinese medicine meridians more than usual, but then also other things that complement that and support it, and the things that are inspired by that. With a meridian, it's not like one meridian, like say the spleen meridian that starts in the big toe and goes all the way up to here. It's not like that meridian helps with just one thing or several things. Like there'll be a point in it that works with a different meridian together and it helps this and, you know, blah, 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 blah. So it's a little more involved, I would say. It's definitely more involved than, say, 7 major chakras. and what each one of those does. So what we're going to do, rather than getting lost in the weeds of, specific points and, if we want to help the mind, what are the specific points for that? We're going to do that like one river technique. We've already, in the triplet set this month, we did one river technique where that one river represents all your meridians and all your, energy centers within those meridians, the minor chakras, the acupuncture points within them. And that's really cool. And we'll do that again. But then I want to do like that one river technique and even the one chakra technique to represent a theme or an issue. For example, healing all the acupuncture points, i.e. minor chakras, at once that help with the mind, help with your mind, peace of mind, calm mind, focus mind, all that good stuff. Healing all at once, to the extent that's healthy and gentle, of course, all the major and minor chakras that help with emotions, including all the acupuncture points in all the different meridians that help with emotions. So mind, emotions, vitality, body connection, spirit body connection, productivity, positive change, good sleep, and then key issue number 1 and key issue number 2, whatever that is for you. And you don't have to know consciously what your key issues are that you're trying to work on. So I want to do a one river technique and a one chakra technique for all that. One chakra meaning, have a composite copy chakra that represents all the major and minor chakras that help with that issue. So I think that'll be the bulk of the healing once we do our essentials. So you're really in the zone. Or maybe we'll just weave those in here and there. We'll see. But I think that's going to be sort of the major aspect of this healing is the one river technique and the one chakra technique for specific individual themes or specific individual issues. And I do want to do more of, we did sort of like liberating meridians with first point, last point, and key midpoints. And we did all of them at once. And I want to do that again today too. I think that's a biggie. We did that in the last set. So first, last, and key midpoints of all meridians at once. Biggie. Key midpoints meaning you don't have to know which points they are, but like key as in maybe they're really strategic and they have awesome effects if you heal them and unblock them and repair them, or key in that they really are like the worst points in your whole meridian and they're like damming up and screwing up all the flow and they're leaking a ton of energy. So they're the worst off. So key midpoints would represent both those. Just intuitively, you just pick the key midpoints that you should heal, and then first, last of that meridian, and then the key midpoints. They don't have to be right in the middle. I just call them mid because they're not first or last. So those two things, the one river, one chakra technique for different themes and issues, and then first, last, and key midpoints for all meridians at once. I still really like that. That helped people a lot. Rad blocks is deceptively effective. Like, it's so simple. You just, rad stands for I had forgotten all about it, but when I was I went back and did timestamps and chapter titles. I mean, the timestamps were already done, but I condensed the chapter, made little concise chapter titles and put them in the info section, so you get chapters as you scroll through for the 2003 April 2023 TCM Meridian 5 video playlists. I went through and did all the chapter titles and stuff for those, and I sort of rediscovered that acronym that I had made, RAD blocks. RAD stands for resistance, avoidance, and denial. So energy blocks that create resistance and avoidance and denial for you. Just clear them, solve the problem. And that's probably good to do always, but it does seem especially effective when we're doing this meridian stuff, because this meridian stuff can be a big catalyst for change. But if you're, if there's little resistance or avoidance or denial issues in the way, it like can kind of tie you up in pretzels. Because part of you's like, let's go, and the other part's like, no. So then we heal and fix the part of you that's like, no. So then you're just like, rah. So yeah, clearing rad blocks we'll do at least once in this set. I did see that it was very helpful in the last set. Other things are on the maybe list for today, so I don't want to explain them in case we don't do them. But there are some delightful things on the maybe list as well. We'll see. Oh, I did want to announce okay, so the August triplet and twin set are up on my website, and there are a small number of triplet set spots left and some twin spots left for August. So even if you hear this like tomorrow or the next day, it's maybe worth checking. Because sometimes, there might be 1 or 2 spots left that just like kind of wait, and the angels are holding them for somebody. So you can go ahead and check on my website. But usually, well, yeah. So that they just went up yesterday, and it was a Saturday, and a lot of people are too busy to check their email, so they forget. So you get to jump on it if you wish. And my website is jwhealing.com. Just like, well, similar to this YouTube channel. Alrighty, let's see. Any other things I wanted to? My glasses, my new glasses still haven't come in. I'm waiting. I think I'm gonna have to go there and be like, hello. Where are my new glasses? Alrighty. So let's see. I will check chat comments really briefly before we get going. Hello, Janet. Almost 40 centigrade, hot and steamy. Okay, so I'm gonna look at my little chart. 40. Wow, 40 looks like over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's kind of nuts. Yeah, 38 centigrade is 100 Fahrenheit, so you're over 100 degrees. Wow. Is wild. I didn't realize you guys got that. And everyone can always post their country if they wish, but they don't have to. I will not say your country if you don't say your country. Hey Janet, 61 and sunny in San Francisco in the US of A. Sounds like great gardening weather. Hi from Chicago. Hello to you. All right. Well, hello to everybody that most of you I'm healing because you bought the healing, but some of you maybe you didn't get a chance to buy the healing, and if that's the case, you're welcome to watch, of course, and heal yourself as you watch. Yeah. Let's do the 3 minutes of quiet, during which time I will finish my prep and say hi on a spirit level to the 130 people. Towards the end of this quiet time, I will start moving my hands. That's how you know I am starting the healing. And then shortly after that, I talk out loud and narrate what I'm doing as I do it. So you could use it as an all levels self-healing walkthrough if you. Oh, wait. Okay, I did want to mention the theme for the August sets because it is really gonna be fun. The August sets that are for sale on my website right now. Okay, so the August theme, I wrote it down so I remember all of it. Be a spiritual badass, including, but not limited to, intuition, self-diagnosis, efficient self-healing, presence, clear mind, and positivity. How cool is that going to be? So that will be all August. Be a spiritual badass. So I can't wait. August is one of those funny months where everybody thinks, oh, August, the weather's beautiful. I'm not going to need healings in August. And then August comes around. They're like, oh my God, a healing would be so useful right now. So either way, I'm not trying to force people or manipulate people into getting August healings if that's not optimal for you. But I'm just saying don't go by the stereotype of, the weather or something and equate that with whether or not you and your angels need to get the healings. And yes, the August theme is be a spiritual badass. Badass, for those of you who know 17 languages and maybe not all of American slang, badass is it's just slang. It means like someone who's really cool and can take care of themselves and is like strong and awesome. All right. Okay, so now we'll do the 3 minutes of quiet. Thank you for your patience with my quiet time. I hope you enjoy it as well. Okay, thanks for waiting. All right, let's start with grounding. Just recreate both your groundings. The one for your physical body system, the one for your astral body system. Make them big and wide. I just all your auras. Make them go all the way down to the core of the earth. Make them both the same color, red or orange or yellow. And you can comb through a copy of both of your groundings, like a miniature copy. All the way down to the core of the earth. We'll have your groundings come up high as your third chakra. Your third chakra is where your sternum bone ends. So third chakra helps with productivity and good sleep. So comb through your groundings. And when you heal like this, you're using gold light from your hands. So your hand chakra and your fingertip chakras, you can set them with your intention to be a metallic gold color so that the energy that they're generating is metallic gold. Even if you can't see it, use your intention. Comb through and melt away the blocks in your grounding. Check the outer surface of your groundings to make sure that there are no connections between your grounding and other people's grounding. And if there is, just melt that away because your grounding and their grounding is going to work a lot better if it's separate. Okay, so we're going to do aura repair of your 17 auras, which is the astral body aura, physical body aura, and then 15 Wei Qi auras. I spelled that out right there, Wei Qi. Wei Qi is a traditional Chinese medicine concept. And the fact that you have 15 Wei Qi auras is inspired by traditional Chinese medicine, but it's just something the angels told me about. So anyway, let's repair all your 17 auras all at once. Just imagine them out in front of you. If you're reasonably present, they're all in the same place. So if you're not like looking precisely, it looks like one aura. All 17 are. So just comb through all 17 of your auras and check for rips, stab wounds, big gashes, giant missing chunks, all sorts of stuff. And use gold light and just wash out those gashes, and you can clean them out with the gold light and then keep using the gold light, get it really deep until the rips start to repair fully. They grow back away. But if you are not good at, you feel you're not confident enough finding all the locations of all the rips, you could just repair them all at once using composite copy technique, which, so you imagine an image of a rip and you have that represent with your intention. You say, okay, this represents all the rips in my 17 auras that I need to repair right now. And then you do the repair process with that, and therefore you're repairing all your rips. So use sticky gold wax, fill it up with the gold wax. The gold wax sticks to what's not you. So then you remove all that junk that's not you at like a big lump. The angels, here you go. Give it to your angels. And one more time, fill up the rip with sticky gold wax, making a big lump of all that's not you, and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And then Get the gold light really deep in there so that it starts to repair. If you have any leftover hard objects that didn't come out with the sticky gold wax, lift those out. Angels, here you go. And if you have any invasive beings in the way of your repair process, just angels, can you please recycle any invasive beings in the way of this repair? And just take a breath or two as your angels do that work for you. And maybe you have 1 or 2 rips left over that didn't repair for some reason. So let's just do one more composite copy representing any leftover rips that you may have. Let it with sticky gold wax. Lift out the junk, including the hard objects. Your angels, angels, here you go. We can even gold net this thing. A big cube of gold netting. Collapse it in, drag out anything that's in the way of the repair. Angels, here you go. And then get really deep in there with the gold light. Any hard objects still there? Drag those out, give them to your angels. Here. And you can have leftover hardness either at the outer surface of your auras somewhere, which I call scarring, or you can have a couple layers within, just like a patch of hardness, a couple layers of it. And I call that aura bruising. So you can put copies of all your aura scarring and all your aura bruising out in front of you and melt it with the gold light because the hardness weakens your aura. Get more susceptible to tearing if people throw energy at you, if and when. So again, pile out in front of you any leftover aura scarring or aura bruising and melt it away with gold light. Couple deep breaths. Redo your gold buffer zone. There's an 18-minute video on that, so I don't go into how to make those. You just watch the video if you want. And gold buffer zones slow the rate of aura damage. Let's see. So then just check the outer surface of your auras for any teeny leaks that you may have missed, or big ones. Probably only the teeny ones are left. And use a lot of gold light so that those heal up. If you find that there are some leaks that just aren't repairing, that means that you have left some hard objects there and or some invasive beings there. So say you have a couple leftover leaks, just sticky gold wax them, get out the hard objects. Angels, here you go. And just say, angels, if there's any invasive beings in the way of this repair, could you please recycle them? And then just go ahead and repair those leftover aura leaks. And then comb through your groundings one more time. Make sure there's no new traffic jams in your groundings. Melt away the blocks. Check for indie grounding. Melt away any groundings that are attached to yours or any hard objects that are sticking out of your grounding. Right. Good job. Mm-hmm. Okay, so CR stands for creative rings up here. I have to use a lot of acronyms to keep things short. especially for those viewing on a cell phone, because you only get a little bit of space to see on the cell phone what the chapter title is. All right, so creative rings are up here. They are part of your astral body energy system, which means you as a spirit. 1, 2, 3, 3 gold creative rings. They generate a lot of gold light, which can go within the rings, which is a nice protective force field for this area, but also the gold light gets sent downward to all your major chakras along your spine. And so it's super helpful that way too. So I'm going to repair and unblock the creative rings, but also I'm going to work all the major chakras as well. And then after that, we'll do chakra repair on all the major and minor chakras. But creative rings affect all the major chakras. The creative rings and the chakras themselves, the round openings of the chakras, they have flaps going around the outer surface. So this is an example of irritated flaps. So say the top-down view of one of your creative rings with it's irritated because there's cords going in and energy from beings or people going in, irritating the flaps, puffing them out. So we don't want that. We want the flaps to fall shut so the ring is nice and smooth. Not that we care about smoothness, but it makes it much harder for other people to cord you. Okay. So just keep melting cords going into the top of going into your creative rings. And pop out any hard objects that could be stuck in there, in the flaps. Pop them out and have them blow up or dissolve. And you can comb up and down the major chakras, comb through the major chakras, because there's a lot of, if you get foreign energy coming through the creative rings, then it's got to go somewhere, right? So it's going to puff out your flaps of your creative rings, but then it's also going to flow downward and mess with the other chakras and make those pop out too. So those flaps. So you can see, like, if you imagine the major chakras beneath the creative rings, just along the spine, 7 is oriented this way, or let's say this way, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way with round opening in the front and round opening in the back. But just if you imagine around the chakras, you can have like a lot of cloudy, sort of staticky junk around all the chakras that's coming in from above. And so the more you unblock your aura up above, we already repaired the auras above the head and everywhere, but then the more you uncord your creative rings, and there's less coming in, so you should see less sort of cloudy weirdness around the major chakras along your spine. So just be patient and keep using gold light and unblock your major chakras as well. And if they're not unblocking well, they could be damaged, and we'll do that in a minute. I don't want to mix it too much. So. Rings and major chakra. We could do sticky gold wax for all of them. So creative rings, sticky gold wax, those inside, around, all around, and then all your major chakras. So sticky gold wax, like I said, it's gold. It sticks to whatever's not you. Then you just move out the wax with the junk. Angels hear you. Breaths. So creative rings and your major chakra. Again, imagine the space in between the major chakras, because if energy is woven in through and around multiple chakras, then you might be able to see it more easily in between the chakras, like it's still something's traveling through them, like a braided rope. And just imagine that, freeze all the junk that's not you, lift it. You could say to angels, if there's any invasive beings in the way in this area, period, can you please recycle them? And a couple deep breaths. So now we'll just do all major and minor chakras at the same time, chakra repair and unblocking, and of course melting cords. So I'm holding this up because this is the basic shape of any of your chakras. Of course, it's modified depending on where it is, and but an open cylinder is the basic idea. So you could create one image of a chakra that have it represent all your major and minor chakras in your body and your spirit. So that includes all the body traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture points, which are minor chakras. So anyway, so make a composite copy, have it represent all your major and minor chakras of your body and spirit, and then just repair and split. Melt cords. Generally, there'll be pairs of cords going into the round openings, although if you have a big gash, then you could have cords going in there as well. But generally, most of them will be right around both round openings. 7th would be this. I mean, let's do all chakras at once. The more advanced you get, the more experience you get, you can like freestyle and intuit which of your major chakras are damaged and need repair. And that's like a nice way to fast track some really powerful healing, self-healing. But in this group healing context where I'm healing 130 people at once, that's not really what I would do. If I'm healing myself, yeah, then I would be curious to know, oh, 3, 2, 1 are damaged. Oh, 7 and 6, whatever. That's just like geeky fun, And I might repair them one at a time versus all at once. But not necessarily. Like if they're all cracked, I'll probably repair them all. And lift out any energy blocks that you're ready to get rid of in all your chakras, just like that. Just lift them out. Angels, here you go. Or you can lift them out and blow them up, or lift them out and melt them. Cold light, so lift out the blocks and just melt them with the cold light. Out blocks, melt them with cold light. Your intention, of course, is that you want to do only what's healthy and gentle for you personally to do right now. It's maybe if you're less experienced or you're more experienced, that will affect how much you can do and still keep your stride and have an awesome day. And the damage can look like chunks missing, whole parts just blown off of it, or cracks. And then also you can repair the surface of the round openings. It should be like the surface of water, like nice and bouncy and flowy right there. But it can get hard objects stuck in it. It can also just get like energy blocks stacked up that make it very hard and brittle right there. So drag out the energy blocks, melt them away, drag out the energy blocks, melt them away, and check that round opening surface. Keep using gold light, melt away the hardness. And if you do have hard objects, you can sticky gold wax these round openings and rid of the hard objects. Angels, here you go. So then just for fun, you can check the whole creative rings and all the major chakras. I mean, we just healed major and minor chakras all at once, but you can go back to that creative rings and 7 chakras, 7 major chakras view. See how that helped. If you have any invasive beings messing with your creative rings, and that is part of why there's so much energy coming down, that's not you. Just angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with my creative rings, can you please recycle them? And check for any invasive beings. Angels, can you recycle beings? You could have being tunnels, which is just like a passageway for beings. So you could say, angels, are there any being tunnels at all impacting my creative rings? Can you please recycle any beings that have come through the tunnels and recycle the tunnels and seal everything up? All right, good job. Okay, so now we'll do what I'm calling the 5th essential, which is it's in the back here and around the neck and inside the neck. So this whole back region, physical body aura around the neck and in the neck. Up her. So good karma windows, that GKW stands for good karma windows, and those are triple frame windows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in one in each of your astral body aura layers. And triple frame window looks like this. What I mean when I say triple frame window, it's the concentric squares. And they're maybe about that big, the points of them. And they're back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you just comb through those. And they need to be repaired if they're damaged. So just use gold light so that that can occur. And you can have people or invasive beings kind of weaving their way through that, affecting the back of your skull and your upper chakras, like just putting pressure and tension and making it harder for you to be there and have your focus. So obviously we don't want that. So the more you heal and repair this area and unblock it, the better. You just lift out the blocks around your good karma windows and blow them up or melt them with gold. Out the blocks around your good karma windows, melt them away. If you have any invasive beings, just say angels, or if there are any invasive beings in this area, you please recycle them. And you might have a couple windows that are damaged and the rest are fine now. You can just use your intuition and think, okay, well, is there any foreign energy that shouldn't be coming in? Because good karma windows, you do get good karma energy from the universe and like an uplifting small amount of energy from the moon and the stars that comes through, but you shouldn't have like invasive beings or invasive people come through at all. It's just for you. You can check, okay, 7th window, any yuckiness coming through? Yes, no. 6th window, 5th window, and just find the ones where there's junk coming through. And then you can repair them, repair those particular ones. Sorry about this. I like to see everybody's names that I'm healing. I need to look particular at certain people. So base of skull points. So level with the top and the bottom of the ear. You see all those dots, and those are acupuncture points. And you could just... You can't hear him right now, but my cat is like yelling. Such a nut job. Okay, so anyway, the base of skull points, acupuncture points. So just all those base of skull points look like dots on the diagram, but you know, if you were to greatly enlarge them, they would look this way, you know, where the energy's flowing in the meridian. And you don't want the chakra to be crushed. You don't want it to be blocked, either the round openings. You don't want like any hard objects stuck in the chakra. So just use a lot of gold light. You can have plates of hard energy behind the base of skull points in the auras. So just you could find those and melt those away. Again, hardness, like plates of hard energy behind the base of skull points. You don't want that. The phrase, yeah, I finally remembered the old phrase, I think. Let me try to remember it now. So I originally called them like a few months ago entry points, entry point baggage. But then I started calling them, I forgot about that, and I started calling them stepping stone baggage, which I prefer. Entry point baggage, maybe it's a little too fear-inducing. You know, because sometimes, you know, people can get a little paranoid about all this stuff. Like, oh my God, there are beings, ah! You know, and it's like, you know, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't even mention that stuff because, you know, I don't want to make people paranoid, you know, and like fear-based, because that's counterproductive. But it is good if you can be more just confident and chill about it. It's good to be aware of that stuff so you can just keep unblocking and deal with it. Anyway, so stepping stone blocks are blocks that allow an invasive person or an invasive being to like cord the block, and then they can leapfrog from that block into deeper energy blocks that you have in one of your chakras. So you don't want that, right? So just look for stepping stone blocks behind your base of skull points in your auras and just melt those away. These stepping stone blocks affecting your base of skull points. And you could have being tunnels impacting your base of skull points. So angels, if there are any being tunnels impacting my base of skull points, can you please recycle the tunnels, recycle any beings that came through the tunnels, recycle the tunnels, and seal it all up. You want to take pressure off of the base of skull point. They have enough work. You can also give those base of skull points an extra red grounding straight from the core of the earth. Red is a nice color for your life force going of your TCM Meridians. So you can make a nice red grounding going up to the base of your skull, grounding all your base of skull points extra. And so they can dump out any blocks that are building up pressure. Let them release down that grounding. And then major chakras as well. You just double check. Oh, flow zone too, I should mention. Flow zone is in that same area, but your physical body aura. So same area, but of your physical body aura, and there's no like special windows or anything. It's just the basic layers of your physical body aura back there, and you just want them to be unblocked enough and flowing enough. And the flow zone is, like I said, that same area, but physical body aura, but it also includes around your neck and in your neck, including the top part of your spine, right for your brain. So you want all that to be very, very, very unblocked around your neck, in your neck, and the flow zone. Some people, it's really solid rock, you know, like the blocks just all stick together and then it's just one giant chunk. So just keep melting any blocks with goldite. You can imagine the flow from that top part of your spinal cord in your neck up to your brainstem, like the lower part of your brain, and just, you know, make sure it's nice and unblocked. That's true with meridians, it's true with chakras, it's true with auras, it's true with everything. You always want flow. You don't want blocks. You want them to be able to flow the way they need to flow. You don't have to micromanage if it's up or down or whatever. Just unblock enough so that natural flow is unrestricted. So we're just unblocking your spinal cord and your lower brainstem. And if you have like a plug, you know, block in between your spinal cord and your brainstem, just take your time, melt cords going into that block. Angels, if there are any invasive beings affecting this area, can you please recycle them? Wow. Deep breaths. So again, check your major chakras as you check your flow zone area and your good karma window area, and just see if there are any invasive beings that are impacting all of that area, flow zone and the major chakras. If there are, just say, angels, can you recycle these invasive beings? Angels, can you recycle these invasive beings? And again, any stepping stone blocks that impact any of that, your major chakras, just the upper major chakras, 4, 5, stepping stone blocks. even above your head. Close on, neck, around your neck. Good job. Double confetti on that one. Woohoo! A lot. Right. So we did a lot of upper stuff. I mean, we did chakras, all chakras, so that's good for, and we did grounding. But we just did a lot of, you know, neck and behind the neck kind of stuff, base of skull stuff. So let's do hips for complement to that. So I don't just mean the hip joint, which would be right in here where your leg bone, your femur bone connects in there. All joint. I don't just mean the hip joint. I mean your pelvic area. So your all the pelvis bones, ilium bones, and then your sacrum, just, you know, at the base of your spine. Sacrum right here. So I mean all of this plus, you know, just your body all around there. So I mean from like your waist to your upper thighs, basically. Your front, back, all around. That is what the hips region. Yeah. So let's do that a little bit. And maybe especially the bones, because they're so cool. And I have a cool model of them. Although yours and mine are maybe bigger than this model, but it's supposed to be a life-size model. So yours may be this exact size. So hips, feel your hips. And for my male viewers, of which there are few, but they're always welcome. You have pelvis bones as well. They're just maybe not as wide like this. You don't do the whole childbirth thing. Of course, I don't either in this life, but I have the tools. Should I have wanted to? Anyway, hips, hip region, and your auras around your hips. Cold light. Your the lower part of your spine, including your sacrum. So just the lower part of the diagram is what we're doing now. Oops, wait, I didn't change the type. So what we're doing is hips. We'll do hips and chakras 3, 2, and 1. First, let's just do hips for a little bit. And your actual hip joints. Imagine any blocks, energy blocks in your actual hip joints. Anybody corded to your actual hip joints. Melt those cords. There's no good reason for anybody to cord your hip joints. You have any invasive beings cording your hip joints, just angels, can you please recycle any invasive beings impacting this area? If you have any being tunnels impacting your hip joints, just angels. You please recycle any beings that came through the tunnels, recycle the tunnels, and seal it all up. Again, hip joints. You want energy, like I said, to flow freely, even through bones. So up and down your spine, including your sacrum, all the way from your spine and sacrum, through your ilium bones, through your hip joints, down through your legs, back up, back up, back up, back up. You want free flow, and bones are really cool that way. They really can be like conductors of your life force, but they can also be really blocked up, and they can take on past life baggage of yours as well. So even though you had different bones back then, it's like you as a spirit, you just get your current stuff that you have even from past lives in your bones from this life. So but you can unblock them, which is really good. So if you have past life blocks in your hip bones, your spine, melt away past life blocks out of your spine. Some of you that have chronic bone or joint issues that are more extreme, like especially to the point where you might need surgery, but you know, whatever. I mean, consider what you're eating, because food is important with that stuff, inflammation, blah blah blah. But consider past life baggage too. Melt away past life baggage, because that can make a big difference. From your spine, just melt away. And I'm, by the way, I'm not like one of those people that's against all surgery or all Western medical intervention. I'm not. It's just that energy stuff can help. So unblock your spine, unblock your bones, your these big old ilium bones, big ones, right? That form your pelvis. Unblock those. If you have any past life baggage or intergenerational baggage, there we go. In your hip region, that's possible. So you just imagine that like a big bundle of dirty laundry from your mother and your mother's mother, or your father and your father's father, whatever. So any intergenerational baggage in your hip bone, your pelvis bones, or your whole hip region, just bundle it up with cold light. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. If you have any agreements to carry junk, blocks, etc., burdens in your hip area, just imagine those agreements and run gold light through them, because you know they're not doing anybody any good. So you can just melt away the agreements. You say, angels, help me do this. And again, bundle up any intergenerational baggage you have in your hip area and just lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Any intergenerational baggage affecting your hip joints, your actual hip joints, so where your leg bone connects in right there into that joint. Go ahead and surround the intergenerational baggage with gold light. Lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. You want the flow. You don't want anything to like slow the flow or stop the flow. So if you have stuff that's slowing your flow in your hip joints, melt it away. Unblock your spine. So then hips, pelvic bones, hip region, and chakras 3, 2, and 1. So just imagine, okay, so 3, 2, and 1, 6 through 1, round openings in the front and in the back, right? So 3, 2, 1, 3 is right here where your sternum ends. 2 is below your belly button just a bit, and 1 is at the base of your seat. So 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Unblock those. Any intergenerational baggage or past life baggage of yours impacting chakras 3, 2, 1 and or your hips. Just sticky gold wax it. Got sick to the wax, lift it out. Angels, here you go. Full deep breaths. So we may go back to hips work, we'll see, but I want to do two different things, but related, complementary. Chakra fit and chakra filaments. Okay, so chakra fit is you clear energy blocks in the way of your major chakras, astral 7 fitting into your physical 7. So typically they're blocks in the chakras, either astral or physical chakras, that are just in the way. So you imagine your astral 7, your physical 7, doesn't matter which side, which is on. And so it's like you're almost in, but you know, they're close by and you want to just see any blocks that would complicate that and just melt them away. And you don't have to see them as separate to do this. You can imagine, you know, you're as present as you currently are. So maybe you're in 7, 6, 5, 4. I mean, if you're having not much trouble focusing on what I'm saying, then you're probably like in at least 7 through 3, unless you feel somewhat messed up, but you can listen, then maybe you're in 7 through 4 right now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Just imagine any blocks that are impacting your chakra fit in any of your major chakras and just sticky gold wax them and move them out. Angels, here you go. Again, sticky gold wax, any chakras, any blocks in the way of your chakra fit to the extent that are healthy and gentle to remove right now. And move those out. Angels, here you go. Okay, and again, sticky gold wax, anything in the way of your chakra fit. Move that out. Angels, here you go. You can have baggage that is impacting your ability to be present in chakras 3, 2, 1 and or your hips, that you're ready to get rid of, but you just haven't, you know, like it's not too much to do today. So you could make like a big gold blanket out in front of you and put on the blanket any baggage that's healthy and gentle to get rid of that's messing with your ability to be in chakras 3, 2, 1 and or your hips, right? And just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And then whatever's still on the blanket is okay to clear right now, and then just melt it all away or blow it up. If you have any left over, just wrap it up in the gold blanket, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So again, baggage that could be in the way of you being more present in 3, 2, 1 and or your hips. And just pile it out in front of you on a blanket or not, whatever you want. And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? Let them check. And then you can just blow it all up or melt it with gold light. Melt cords from other people going into this stuff. So breathe into your lower spine and chakras 3, 2, 1, and your hips, your pelvic bones. A little stretching if you need to. A little chair stretching. Okay, so we will do what I explained in the intro discussion overview section. First, last, and key midpoints of all your meridians at once. 'Cause why not? Energy flows from one meridian to the next, and so the first and the last points can be especially important. Energy can kind of build up on those, or compression can build up. So if you repair them and get them really well functioning, can sort of liberate the whole meridian. So key midpoints, of course, are ones that are significant in some way just because of their function, or they just are especially screwed up right now. And so they're key to repair. So first points, last points, key midpoints of all meridians at the same time. Just repair them and unblock them to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do right now. Just take a second and have that intention for yourself in whatever words you need to, but it's like you're doing what's healthy to do right now. It's okay with not too much. You can use the angels help me to do what's healthy and gentle for me personally. Okay, and then imagine, so first point, last point, key midpoints can be several chakras, minor chakras in the meridians. These are composite copy chakras because the first point chakra represents all first points of all your meridians of your body. Traditional Chinese medicine meridians. Key midpoints. So you melt cords, you pop out the hard objects and dissolve them, you repair the gashes and damage, unblock. Last points. So first, last, key mid, lift out the junk, melt it away with gold light. First, last, key mid, lift out the junk, away with gold light. Deep breaths. I think a little goes a long way with that. So I think that's enough for now of first, last, and key midpoints. If you personally need more on that, of course, you could pause and redo that part. One thing, though, we could do more with that first, last, and key midpoints is bring up red earth energy, because we've been using gold light to repair and unblock them, but red earth energy is nice for all your acupuncture points. So bring up red earth energy from the core of the earth and soak the key midpoints and the first and last points with red earth energy straight up from the core of the earth. And with these points, these little chakras, you want them to be unblocked, of course, and repaired, and generating enough energy for what you need. So just kind of wake them up a little if needed. Repair them enough so that they work as energy generators. Again, bring up red earth energy and gold light. You can imagine a composite copy meridian that represents all your meridians that, sort of is around these points that you've been healing, and just check for leaks or gashes and melt those away. Repair those with cold light. Any hard objects stuck, just lift them out, give them to your angels, repair the damage. Don't want leaks in your meridians. So we're kind of drifting into another technique. A one river technique in this case is just imagine one river that represents all your meridians of your physical body, all traditional Chinese medicine meridians. And I keep saying it's of your physical body because that's true, but just a reminder that these meridians really impact your psychology, your mind, your spirit, everything. That's why they're so cool. Well, that's part of why they're so cool. Even if they just helped your body, that would be cool. But they're like double cool because they help everything. So you imagine one river that represents all your meridians, and you want it to flow, obviously. You don't want any blocks or sludgy, slow parts. So it could be there's a part of the river that somebody's been dumping in. You don't want that. So just melt away the dumping. It could be too, like, sort of accidental dumping. Like I'm healing, people of all different ages, and there's somebody who's a young adult that I'm healing, and she's a little extra blocked because she's been doing some recreational courting with her new boyfriend. And when you court, you do exchange energy, and that can be fun. That's why I call it recreational courting, in sort of a flirty sexual context. But so there's energy exchange with those cords, which can be harmless if you're present enough and healthy enough and flowing enough. And they're temporary, just for those flirty moments or hours or whatever. But that young adult that I was looking at, she has, just extra blocks in certain areas. And so then when she cords, she kind of gets her partner's blocks clogged up with her blocks. So it's not as clean and temporary as it would ideally be, right? So you can imagine that with your one river technique, just any blocks from your partner that have maybe just accidentally got there. They're not like a dumper. They're not trying to dump on you, but just any blocks from a partner, and also any blocks of yours in this one river that just make it more likely that you're going to clog up with somebody when you do recreational courting with them. So just melt away your blocks in the way of harmless recreational courting. Nerdy courting. And melt away any blocks from present or previous partners that maybe accidentally got in there from recreational courting. Because that part is not fun, Recreational courting can be very fun, but if you accidentally take on somebody's, grief baggage or something, that doesn't help the mood. So Melt away any baggage that you accidentally took on from recreational courting. And if you feel like your river doesn't have enough energy, you could look for blocks like maybe towards the start of the river or damage, so that then the river can have more of your force field, more of your life force just like going through it. If you feel like there's any, we did this in 2023, if you feel like there's any sort of lightning storms or tornadoes on your river, those are typically invasive beings, though they could be invasive people, I suppose, that are like really revved up. But if you notice anything like that, any lightning storms or tornadoes on your river, so angels, can you please recycle these invasive beings? If anybody's courting your river, you can melt those cords away. You can use, I guess, red earth energy for your river and gold light. Yep, red earth energy. Light. All right, good job. Okay, so then we'll do one river per theme or issue, and we'll do one chakra per theme or issue. So one chakra, in other words, like a composite copy chakra that represents any major or minor chakras that would help with that issue or theme that we're working. So I had listed out all the issues that we will do, all the themes, in the in that overview section at the start of the live stream, near the start. So we're just going to go through them. I do not know that I'll make them separate chapters, but we'll see. Can't promise. Yeah, maybe I will. Okay, so then we're going to do it for the mind. Your mind. So peace of mind, calm mind, strong, focused mind, boundaries with your mind so you're not overwhelmed. Goodness. So, okay, so we're going to do one river representing any meridians, any energy channels anywhere that help state of your mind. And just check out that river, see what's going on. Maybe you have people standing in your river if you're helping, hindering the functioning of your mind, so just melt people out of your mind river. You have any major blocks, any minor blocks even in your mind river, just melt those away. You want flow, 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 flow. You don't want leakiness, you just want one focused, really strong river. Any leaks, go ahead and heal those, repair those with gold light. You can bring up, for this river, you could do like blue, because the mind is closely related to the throat chakra, so light blue or medium blue might be a nice earth energy color for your mind river. And one chakra for your mind. So just imagine, a composite copy chakra representing all is, like I said, your mind, that's most closely related as far as major chakras to your fifth chakra, astral and physical chakras. But minor chakras, like acupuncture points, there are a whole bunch of different points on within different meridians that help your mind. So that's why it's most easy to do it this way. So just imagine one composite copy chakra and have it represent any major or minor chakras of your body or spirit that help your mind. And then just heal, repair, and unblock and melt cords. Your mind chakra, right? One composite copy chakra to help your mind, state of mind, functioning. Melt cords, lift out intergenerational baggage affecting your mind, blow it up, lift out past life baggage affecting your mind, give it to your angels or melt it or blow it up. Dumped energy from others affecting your mind, angels, here you go. If there are any agreements from anybody impacting the state of your mind in a negative way, just line up those agreements and melt them away with gold light. Or update them. Just let the gold light do whatever it needs to do with those agreements. Again, this is one chakra representing any major and minor chakras that can help the state of your mind. Melt the cords, let the flaps relax. Any invasive beings that are impacting these chakras, affecting your mind, can you please, angels, can you please recycle these beings? And lift out any baggage that's healthy and gentle to get rid of from this mind composite chakra. Melt the baggage away, lift out the baggage, melt it away with gold light. You can bring up blue earth energy to do a nice earth energy soak, blue soak for your mind chakra. One composite chakra representing any major or minor chakra that's going to help your mind. And melt cords. Let your mind have peace and focus and calm. Lift out anything in the way of that. Angels, here you go. All right, good job. Good job, good job. Oops. Thanks what I put there. All right, fine. Okay, so one river and one chakra, composite river, composite chakra, representing anything that's going to help your emotions. Stable, flowing, unrestricted, enjoyable. Yeah, let's add sexuality to that. They are closely related, so I don't think it's inappropriate to link them like that. So like, for example, with major chakras, both emotions and sexuality is your second chakra. So, for example, if I'm healing like a 5-year-old, it's not going to make them sexual now. It could help them in their adult life in that sense. But for a 5-year-old, it's mostly going to help unblock their emotions, which if you've been around 5-year-olds, that would be a good thing. I haven't been around many in this life, but I still remember. So anyway, one river representing all the meridians that could possibly help your emotions and your sexuality or your sexuality, and just unblock that. And you may have like society restricting your emotions and or sexuality river. So just lift out society's garbage. Angels, here you go. Again, you may have energy from, religious stuff from this life or past lives that is controlling. Like, you can be a part of a religion. I'm not, but you could be. I mean, it's not necessarily a negative thing. However, the problem is not exactly the religion, it's the people. Like, people tend to, particularly organizations of people, even religious, they tend to make controlling structures and situations. And they tend to, the most controlling people tend to gravitate towards the higher up levels. So I'm not trying to demonize all religion. If you're a part of religion and it's a positive thing for you, that is great. But what we're looking for is the unhealthy, controlling, oppressive aspects of religion that you've been a part of in this life or past lives. If you have any oppression or, something that's unhealthy for you from a religion, impacting any of your meridians that impact emotions and sexuality, then you can just, if it's healthy and gentle to get rid of, you can just say, angels, can you help me do this? And lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. You may have oppressive agreements from individuals in this life or past lives, or, social groups, parents, whatever, social groups, religious groups, political groups, whatever, impacting your emotions and sexuality. So just line up all those unhealthy agreements that you're ready to get rid of, that could be impacting your emotions and or your sexuality, and just say, angels, can you help me do this? And just use the gold light to update the agreements. Some of them will totally destroy because you're ready for that, and some you'll just modify the agreement. That's less oppressive. Again, these are spiritual agreements that impact your emotions and or your sexuality in a negative way or in an unhealthy way for you. And again, you're unblocking a river that represents your emotions and your sexuality, including the meridians that impact your emotions and sexuality. And if you have any, like, lightning bolts or, thunderstorms or tornadoes in the river, those are typically invasive beings. So you could just say, angels, can you recycle these invasive beings? So there can be those rev up really high vibration invasive beings. There can also be very low, heavy invasive beings. So if you have any clogged up, sludgy parts that are invasive beings, just say, angels, can you recycle these invasive beings? And then one chakra representing all your, any major or minor chakra that could help your emotions and or sexuality. Let's repair and unblock those right now. So one chakra representing any major or minor chakras that can help your emotions and or your sexuality. Gold light, melt cords. And in this context, at this moment, I would say it would be advantageous to drop all cords, except for chakra cord to a young child. But, like even the recreational cords with a lover or something, if you drop the cords right now, that's why I said the cords can be recreational and harmless, especially if they're temporary. Like, you can drop them, and pick them back up, start them back up later. So you drop them right now in order to make sure you're fully, dumping out a lot of energy, because cords can get in the way in that way. If you're trying to dump out a lot, they can, it's like you're distracted. So, any chakras that could help your emotions or your sexuality, just melt cords, repair the, pop out any devices, repair, relax the flaps. Any intergenerational baggage impacting your impacting these chakras, lift that out. You can pull them up, melt it where you wish. Lift out any baggage impacting emotions or sexuality. Lift out the baggage. Oh, right. Good job. Okay, vitality. So it's good to help your vitality, like physical vitality. And that can also include actual behaviors, like, do you drink enough healthy liquids each day? Do you exercise, stretch enough each day? Things like that. So we can, because that's a little different than vitality, but one supports the other. And there are chakras that might help you, major and or minor chakras that could help you, take that action and have those healthy actions to the point where it's a healthy habit that you stick with, that kind of idea. So any meridians, you can have just a river that represents your vitality, your ability to regulate your food and your liquids and your exercise, for vitality. So a vitality river, right? And just, if anybody's in your vitality river, definitely wash them out. Would not be a recreational courting moment. Just wash everybody out of your vitality river. And if you have any intergenerational baggage weighing down your vitality river, just lift it out. Angels, here you go. Any past life baggage of yours impacting your vitality river, just lift that junk out. Angels, here you go. If there's any energy, blocking your ability to have healthy vitality supporting food, beverages, exercise, lift out the junk, melt it away, or blow it up, or give it to your angels. Lift out the junk, put it away. You have any like lightning storms, thunderstorms, or tornadoes around this river, those are typically invasive beings. So you could just say, angels, can you recycle these invasive beings? If you have any extra sludgy parts, like heavy, dark parts of your river, your vitality river, those could be invasive beings as well. You say, angels, can you recycle those beings? Anybody's cording your vitality river, you can go ahead and melt those cords. You have any agreements with other people, other religions, other organizations from this life or past lives that impacts your vitality river? You can line up those agreements and use gold light and just say, angels, help me modify them in a way that's healthiest for me. So that way some of them will destroy, some of them will just get modified. Them meaning agreements. You might have denial. We're going to work denial a little bit more later, but in the context of your vitality, your health issues, your food and exercise behaviors, you could have some denial impacting this vitality river. And again, denial doesn't mean you're a bad person. Okay. Denial is just a block to your conscious knowledge, right? So, some denial is healthy because sometimes there's just too much to process at once. Your mind, it would just be too much. But there's a lot of denial typically that is unhealthy that you would be ready to deal with, and it would really help if you knew that knowledge. So that's what we're looking for, any unhealthy denial impacting your vitality river. And just lift off the unhealthy denial and melt it away or blow it up or give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift off the unhealthy denial from your vitality river. Your angels, angels, here you go. Lift off any unhealthy denial from your vitality river. Angels, here you go. All right, good job. So that's enough of that for now. You could, of course, do more later. You could do it regularly if you wish. Oh, we didn't do the one chakra. That's cool too. Let's do that. So use make a composite copy chakra and have it represent any major or minor chakras that help your vitality and or your vitality supporting behaviors or your vitality supporting realizations, healthy realizations. So one chakra representing all the major and minor chakras affecting your vitality. Melt cords, pop out any hard objects, calm down the flaps, let them relax and fall shut on their own. Lift out any baggage, melt it away, lift out the baggage, melt it away. You can have restrictive devices around these chakras, like hard bands of energy squeezing them like that. So if there are any of those, just melt cords going to these restrictive devices and lift out the devices. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, find any restrictive devices around these chakras to help your vitality. Loosen them up with gold light. Ease them out. Angels, here you go. You say, angels, if there are any beings or people messing with these chakras, can you please help me? All right, good job. Okay, so body connection. So one river and one chakra, right? So one river that represents all the flow that would help your body connection, your ability to be as present as possible in your physical body, your ability to communicate as well as possible with your physical body and vice versa. So a river and a chakra to help your body connection. Repair the chakra, melt cords, pop out hard objects, relax the flaps, unblock, melt away the baggage. Again, this is one chakra representing all the chakras that help your body connection. And one river. Lift out all the junk from religious organizations, unhealthy junk from religious organizations or social organizations, family members, etc. Out the junk. Angels, here you go. Again, you want to do what's healthy and gentle to do right now. You have any thunderstorms or things that look like thunderstorms or lightning storms or tornadoes? Just say, angels, can you recycle these beings? You have anything that looks especially heavy or shadowy or weird? Those can be evasive beings as well. You say, angels, please recycle those evasive beings. Again, one river and one chakra to represent everything that can help your body connection. Spirit body connection, really, is what I mean. All right, good job. This is a very rewarding one to have going well, is productivity. Right? Productivity meaning getting shit done. Thinking about getting shit done or feeling bad that you haven't gotten shit done. Although, you know, sometimes you do need your rest, you do need your processing time. So, you know, there's that too. But anyway, so let's help productivity to the extent that's healthy and gentle, right? So imagine one river representing all the meridians that could help your productivity, and then all the energy channels that could help your productivity, and then one chakra representing all the major and minor chakras that can help your productivity. And just use gold light. If you're working the one chakra, you know, repair it, pop out the hard objects, melt cords, let the flaps relax, unblock. Again, this is one chakra representing all the major and minor chakras that can help you with productivity. And one river. Any flow that can help your productivity. And looking at the river, if there are any thunderstorms or lightning storms or tornadoes, you know, they're probably invasive beings. Angels, can you recycle these beings? Likewise, any sludgy, really heavy, shadowy parts are probably beings. So angels, can you recycle those beings? And again, people, just wash any people out of your river or your chakra representing productivity. You feel like you don't have enough water in this productivity river, check the early part of the river and unblock that more. And the chakras to make sure the chakra is repaired enough and uncorded and unblocked enough so that it can generate enough energy to help your productivity. All right, good job. So positive change is a big one. Sometimes we work a whole month on that theme. So imagine one river that could help any flow, representing any flow, including meridians or energy channels that can help you create positive change, and one chakra representing any major and minor chakras that can help you create positive change. And go ahead and repair and unblock and uncord. So positive change. Sometimes there's really funny stuff in the way, like you in the way sometimes. And sometimes just, your mind gets stuck on something. Yeah. I have sort of a funny example. Maybe TMI, but whatever. The angels like it. So I ordered some bras recently, and there was this one bra, and I was so disappointed because they advertise a lot. And so I don't know. I just was gullible and I believed the advertising. So I thought this bra was going to be great. I paid all this money for it. And it was just not at all what I thought it was going to be. And just couldn't wear it for reasons I won't go into. And uh I didn't return. They only give you like a 30-day return window because they know that a whole bunch of people are going to get stuck and not return it. And that way they still make the money, right? So, so I didn't return it in time. I didn't return it, period. The 30-day window was over. So that's an example of a silly, odd reason, that you can get stuck on things and not have positive change. I mean, I did end up finding a different bra company that, made good bras, and, it was just what I wanted. But you know what I mean? Like, you can get stuck along the way, with positive change in just really odd ways that you wouldn't expect, So that's why it's nice to do something like this, a one river that represents, positive change, that your flow that would help positive change, and one chakra that represents all the major and minor chakras that could help you with your positive change, because you don't really know all the little tiny pieces of baggage that can get triggered and trip you up, along the way, or other people's baggage in your space that can do that too, so this is nice. So one river to help your positive change, and then one chakra representing all the major and minor chakras that can help your positive change. Little cords, get rid of the hard objects, pop them out. Prepare. Let the flaps relax. Anybody else's energy blocking up your positive change river, just go ahead and melt them away. Wash them out. All right, good. Okay, so good sleep. The angels were just explaining to me something that I forgot to do earlier that very much could help sleep, as well as other things. So we'll stick it in here. In addition to one river and one chakra. Well, because chakra filaments. I meant earlier there was a section that we did that was good on chakra fit. But I meant to do chakra fit and chakra filaments, like unblocking all the filaments that connect your physical body 7 with your astral body 7 chakras. Unblocking those can help sleep, and also psychic ability, like just, I mean, I think it helps everything, but those are the two standouts that it could help that have been noticeable as I study survey results of different healings where we do it. So one river, you could have that represent, any flow that would help your sleep, and have it include the flow within all your chakra filaments, connecting major and minor chakras. So any flow that would help your sleep, including chakra filament flow. and represented by one river. And just melt away anything in the way of this nice, peaceful, happy flow. Like you can have lumps in here that represent, you know, bad dreams to the point where your sleep is disturbed. Just melt the bad dream lumps out of your good sleep river. You might not have enough life force going through your good sleep river. So we could do the chakra. One chakra representing any major or minor chakras that would help sleep. And because chakras generate energy, so that would be a nice way to address it. So just melt cords going into your sleep chakra. This composite copy chakra representing any major and minor chakras helping your sleep. Melt cords, pop out the hard objects, let the flaps relax. Prepare. Lift out any intergenerational baggage, which means baggage within this lifetime, your genetic family in this life, or your married into family in this life, you know, any intergenerational baggage handed down from generations that got to you. Just lift all that out. That's whatever's healthy and gentle to get rid of. Lift it out. Get your angels, here you go. So this sleep chakra, right? This chakra for anything that could help your sleep, any chakras that could help your sleep. Lift out intergenerational baggage in the way. Angels, here you go. Lift out past life baggage of yours. So that could be from intergenerational baggage from a past life, or just, you know, whatever stuff you got stuck on in a past life you haven't yet cleared. Lift out that past life baggage in the way of your sleep. Angels, here you go. Lift out the past life baggage messing with your sleep. Angels, here you go. Any restrictive devices wrapped around this sleep chakra, composite copy chakra, melt the cords going into the restrictive devices, melt away the restrictive devices. Often they look like hard bands wrapped around the chakra. So just loosen those up, lift them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Angels, here. Melt cords, relax. Again, this is your sleep chakra. It's a composite copy chakra of any chakras that could help your sleep. And then the one river, any flow in your energy system, meridians, energy channels, wherever, chakra filaments that could help your sleep. Look for the blocks, melt them away. All right. Okay, so we'll do them both at once. But you can have key issues, like things you're working on, and it's not like a broad theme, it's a specific thing. Like, okay, I need to clean out all my closets, or I need to, you know, plant all the vegetable starts that are waiting on my porch. Vegetable and herb plants that are waiting on my porch to be planted in the garden. Or I need to, you know, whatever. I need to finish this work that I have to do by a certain deadline. So each one of those could be a different key issue, and you may have some key issues that are like so near and dear to your heart, but it seems like, okay, when in the hell am I going to be able to do that? You know, how am I going to do that? You know, it's just like, it just seems too much. So those are really good to work this way. Or even an issue that you're currently working on, but you just want to optimize it even better, right? So you just imagine one river representing any flow in your space that could help you do this key issue. And one chakra representing any major and minor chakra that could help you with, right? And so these are, we'll call these your key issue river and your key issue chakra, composite copy chakra. Okay, so just work on both, and you don't have to work them in the same way I'm doing. Just, you know, the river and the chakra, key issue river, key issue chakra. Right now I'm working the key issue chakra, just melting cords, popping out hard objects, letting the flaps relax. Angels, if there are any beings affecting these issue river and chakra, can you please recycle them? So key issue river, look at your key issue river, see what's going on. So it's a composite copy river representing any flow that could help you deal with any of your key issues. And just, it might look like a bit of a disaster. It doesn't matter, you can heal it. So lots of gold light, wash everybody out of your key issue river. You can have people, I call them invasive helpers, right? That are in your river blocking it up, but they really mean well. They're like trying to encourage you, but they're a little stuck about it, so they get a little invasive about it by accident. So just wash all the invasive helpers out of your key issue river and your key issue chakra. You might have restrictive devices wrapped around your key issue chakra. You can melt those off, melt the cords going into them, ease them off with gold light. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. Lift out any energy from the river, like invasive energy, unhealthy energy from religions, from political organizations, social organizations. Lift that out. Melt it away with gold light. Lift it out. Melt it away. Again, this is your key issue river and your key issue chakra. So it's a composite copy river representing any flow that could help you with your key issues within your space. Wash everybody out. Angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with my key issue river or my key issue chakra, can you please recycle them? Words, pop out the hard objects. Flaps relax. Alrighty. Yay for us. Woo. Okay, so let's wrap up. That was a lot. In a good way, I hope. All right, so check out your whole space, including your groundings. If you got spacey at all during all that work that we did, you could have unblocked your grounding. Maybe that would have given you a little bit of a refresh. popped you back in. So check the flow in your grounding, check for indie grounding, melt away attachments going into your groundings. Other people. Check all your auras, redo your gold buffer zones. Oh, you can melt away cords going to your backlash people or your setback people. Just melt the cords. Doesn't matter who made them, melt all the cords between your backlash people and your setback people and you. Don't send them gold light, just do it in and around your space. Lots of gold light. Melt away the baggage that these people are cording into. Or that cause you baggage that causes you to be invasive with your backlash or setback people. Just melt all that baggage of yours. La, 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 la. Check out your major chakras along your spine. Unblock with gold light. Check out the gold force field around your major chakras. Use a lot of gold light on that force field. Make it nice and strong. And flowing, of course. It's like a gold buffer zone just for your major chakras. Check your back here. Good karma window area, flow zone area. Check any, melt away any entry point. No, I don't want to call it entry point. Stepping stone baggage. Anywhere in your auras. Makes it easier for people to go further, deeper into your space. Just melt that stepping stone baggage. Technically, any baggage is stepping stone baggage. Good to clear baggage, but some of it is just more likely to be used as stepping stone baggage, or it's currently being used as stone baggage. So we want to melt that. That way makes you see. Great. Rad blocks, resistance, avoidance, and denial. Blocks causing resistance or avoidance or denial. So just put all those rad blocks out in front of you. Say, angels, is it okay to clear all these right now? And go ahead and blow them up or melt them with gold light. Say there are blocks that you really, really, really still want to avoid, but they are rad blocks. They would be really good to clear right now. You can make like a big gold fence or a whole bunch of gold flowers in between you and what you're clearing, or a big gold curtain so you don't really even look at it. Put all your rad blocks out in front of that. And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And then go ahead and blow it up or melt it with gold light. All your rad blocks. You can have rad blocks that are causing conflict between you and somebody else. Because like that person keeps courting your rad blocks and it's really irritating to you and you don't know that that's what's happening. You just feel really like the need to be rude to that person. Which obviously doesn't help anything. So pile out in front of you if you have some rad blocks, resistance or avoidance or denial blocks that are causing or perpetuating conflict in your life with other people. But any conflict related rad blocks out in front of you, just say, angels, is it okay to clear all these right now? Go ahead and melt them away. And you may have to melt cords going into your rad blocks because that'll make it easier for you to clear them. Unblock above your head and above the top of your aura. And we can do a tricolor earth energy soak. So that's its own like 4 or 5 minute video, which is nice to do. Also, if you have kids and you're looking to help them to consciously do some of this work, tricolor earth energy soak video might be a fun and easy way to start that with your kids consciously. You can watch it first on your own. My hair is like all colored in different colors. A long time ago. Anyway, just a big red grounding all the way down to the core of the earth. Use that as a red straw to bring up red earth energy. Up. Soak everything in red earth energy. All your auras, all your chakras. Soak in that. Remind yourself it's okay to let go. And it's also okay to receive the red earth energy and just soak that up as much as you need. Bring that down to the level of your third chakra and then turn it into an orange grounding, or destroy it and recreate it as an orange grounding, and use that as a big orange straw. Bring up orange earth energy up, all the way from the core of the earth. Soak everything in orange earth energy. Remind yourself it's okay to let go. It's okay to receive. Bring that back down when you're ready, and get yourself a yellow grounding instead. Yellow groundings instead. Use that like a big yellow straw. Bring up yellow earth energy up. Soak all your auras, all your chakras, all your body parts. Yellow earth energy. Remind yourself it's okay to receive. It's okay to let go. And then you can bring that down to the level of your grounding and change it to red or orange or yellow, whichever you like, or leave it up as a one color earth energy soak, whichever color you prefer, red or orange or yellow. Either way is fine. All right. Well, good. You can just ask your angels to help you wrap up. So say, angels, can you give me a healing? Heal my meridians, and can you help me finish up this healing? All right, good job. That's a healing. You're amazing. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Oh, if you haven't done it already and you're open to doing it, please consider giving this live stream a thumbs up, or this video a thumbs up later. Help. And I will give you a thumbs up because you're awesome. There you go. There's your thumbs up. Alrighty. So I'm going to catch up with chat comments that I missed. If you have a comment about how you are doing now after the healing, and you wish to live chat that, that's okay. That could be interesting. And you have any comments about the theme? Of course, we did a lot of sub-themes there. Mind, emotions, vitality, body connection, productivity, positive change, good sleep, and key issues. But you know, you can keep it brief for now, but you could also post questions under any video at any time, and I get to them when I have time, and I post a reply. Okay, looking for comments I missed. Someone says, I was called a badass last weekend. Must be the healings. It could be. Because, you know, that whole badass concept, a spiritual badass, intuition, self-diagnosis, efficient self-healing, presence, clear mind, and positivity, you know, that's sort of the gist of what I'm always trying to help people with, you know? So, yeah. Yeah. Someone says, can see and hear you from Evergreen, Colorado. Sunny and 76 degrees here. Well, that sounds pretty nice. A little too hot for gardening for me. My front yard is all wood chipped, and so somehow the wood chips, it creates like this oven effect. They're very toasty as it gets warm, but like 72 and below is really nice gardening weather out there. 76 is nice just to enjoy. Hello from Las Vegas. 96 degrees Fahrenheit. My goodness. Excited for this healing. I've been so depleted while cleaning. Well, at least you're cleaning. Good for you. Yeah, I hope the healing does help with that. And you can put on your, if you wish to complete your post-healing survey tomorrow for a minute, you could give me an update on if the healing helped with your cleaning. Thomas says, hi Janet, tuning in. I had some really long work days from Sunday through Wednesday during the last healing, kind of dissociated, felt super sensitive, vulnerable, and mentally weak state, and didn't feel better till Friday. Well, I don't know who you are from that YouTube ID, but so there's that. But you could put that in your post-healing survey, because in that you have to put your name, so then I would know who you are. But super sensitive, vulnerable, mentally weak state. It doesn't sound like the healing would have actually done that. It looks like you had damage to a lot of your, really all of your physical body chakras that kept recurring. Like somebody kept getting you really good. From like the top back. Like you still have some hardness there. Your aura is like 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. They kept going whoosh, and then so then a whole bunch of all your body chakras would crack in the back, and they just kept doing it. So that's why, like normally if people just have a one-time whacker, you know, then maybe, you know, in between the first and second healing, so then the second healing they get better, and then the third healing they're fine, you know, because that person didn't keep doing it. But if you have somebody who's persistent, who keeps doing it, then you could have an effect like that, where like during the whole healing set you're like, whoa. But usually that's not the healing, but it's always good to mention it and do the surveys during the healing, so I can double check with you, and I can let you know if it is somebody, you know, or I can just I mean, usually with surveys I don't respond personally, but I could keep an eye on you on the next healing, and you know, if there's some way that you could unblock in a way so that you'd be safer, you know, boundaries wise, you know, I would be able to build that into the healing. So doesn't sound like you did fill out your surveys, but anyway, just you want to, or maybe you didn't get the last healing, you just, sounds like you got it though, the way you worded that. Anyway, let me know some specifics in your survey tomorrow, please. Fill it out. Thank you. I'm glad you feel better Friday, but I think it was just persistent chakra damage, persistent wax from a person. I think you kept perpetuating it too, accidentally, subconsciously, and like talking to that person, and then they kept whacking you to tell you to shut up, and then you kept talking to them. So that can happen sometimes. There's a video that I have. No, you don't have to do that, but it just, you could heal your throat chakra too. You know, healing your throat chakra is really nice for like helping you, the subconscious parts of you that might be perpetuating conflict, to like cut it out. You know, its throat chakra is peace of mind, inner communications, communication with angels, and also with other people, both subconsciously. So anyway, is past life bad karma that leaves the emotional blocks in hips, spine, knees? Is past life bad karma that leaves the emotional blocks? I mean, bad karma, I usually don't see as blocks within your space. I usually see it as like, you know, homework that you have to get done, you know, things that you have to complete. Or like sometimes you could have restrictive devices that are because of past life, you know, bad karma from past life. I think you confused me the way you said it, but yeah, bad karma, period. I wouldn't think of it as past life bad karma. I just think of it as bad karma. It's like it's your karma, right? Until you clear it, right? If whether it happened last week or 10 lives ago, it is your bad karma, right? Until you work it off, or somehow, you're able to free yourself from it through gold light and doing good deeds, and letting your angels help you, and then helping to be an inspiration to others. So it's just bad karma, right? And so could there be bad karma that blocks up your hips and spine? Yes. You can ask your angels to help with it. I mean, there could be, I think it's more likely though that you have self-punishment blocks from things you did in past lives that you're not okay with, but you've already worked off the bad karma associated with it by helping others and doing good deeds, but you're still punishing yourself. That's way more common, actually. So self-punishment devices. That's, yeah, I would say that's probably what you and other people might have. Hope that makes sense. Self-punishment devices from, things you're not okay with that you did in the past. And, just ask your angels for help clearing those as you work them. Someone says, love your story about the bras. Yeah. Oh my God. It was so funny. I was like so hopeful about this bra. And then it came and it was like all wrong. And I just felt so betrayed and let down and whatever. And I emailed them because I thought the way they worded the description was totally misleading. And they were like, yeah, whatever. Go away, lady. You have 30 days. Oh, it's funny. Someone says, I just returned a bunch of purchases and was proud of myself. Yeah, because in the past, I almost never managed to return things and felt bad about it. Yeah, very positive change now to stop buying. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how you can get stuck on like the littlest things, but they become a big thing. That's why we just do the key projects thing, because what is a key project for one person is definitely not a key project for another person. Like somebody does not have baggage about returning bras, but somebody else has major baggage about returning bras. Ooh, someone says, I used to never return anything, and now I've gotten very good at it. Well, good for you. Thank you, Janet. Was feeling really tired and unmotivated this week, but now I feel calm and more awake, excited to work rad blocks more. Yeah, resistance, avoidance, and denial blocks. I think a lot of people cord mine. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. Let's see what else we got here. There's no way my daughter will be doing 3-color soak. She thinks all this healing stuff is woo-woo. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's like, it's very individual. Some people have a kid that would be totally open to this stuff, and somebody else has a kid that would like never do this in a million years. Because your kids are individual. They have past lives. They're their own little people, and so they come in with their own maybe subconscious or conscious opinions. So yeah. Yeah. Someone says conked out until hip work. I guess I was releasing. Thanks. Someone says, how much do you charge for a healing, and is it done on the same time as this? Well, I don't do individual work anymore, one-on-one appointments. I only do this stuff, and this is like a set of group energy healings. And so one person purchases their one spot. And if I'm healing them and their husband and their 2 kids, then they purchase 4 spots, for one for them, one for their husband, and one for their 2 kids. but each person, it's like they're being healed for the whole set. So this is a set of 2 healings. So like say if Mary bought one spot for this June twin set, I healed her during today's live stream with the other 130 people, and I'm healing her on Tuesday in 2 days with the other 129 people, totaling 130 people. But I only do group healings now after many, many years of doing individual work, because the group healings are pretty taxing on me, and so I need to rest a lot and plan a lot and look at all the results, and so in order to do my best on them, I don't do any more individual sessions. So and the price, actually they're for sale right now on my website, so you could see the price. Sometimes you can't see pricing because they're all sold out a lot of the time, and until the next time that more go on sale on the 15th of each month. But today's the 16th of the month, and there are still some sets for sale for August, so you can see the prices right now. US dollars, the prices are $50 for a set. But if that's too much money, it's not affordable for you, there are sliding scale prices down to the lowest price, which is $30 US per set of healing. So, if the $50 isn't affordable, but say $45 is, or $40 is, then you pick the price that is affordable for you, for the set of the 2 healings or the set of the 3 healings in the case of the triplet set. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I do not do individual sessions anymore. But if you have a follow-up, there's something confusing about that, you could post that right now, or you could just post it, or just email me, janet@jwhealing.com, and ask me that way, or post under any video at any time, and I'll eventually post a reply when I have time. Someone says, thank you, Janet. Feeling sleepy and relaxed after the healing. I think that's your mom in your space. For some reason, she's like hugging you. I don't know if, based on your relationship with your mom, if that makes sense that she's hugging you, but that's sort of what it looks like. She's hugging you. So you wash your mom out of your space, especially out of your 3rd chakra and your 4th chakra. But all over, including grounding. Someone says, I changed my username. This is, you're mentioning who you are. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't fill out the surveys. Oh, yeah. It didn't sound like that. I didn't recall anything like that. Yeah, but that would have been nice if you had. I could have helped you a lot sooner than today with that information. But, I guess sometimes you got to learn in different ways. But yeah, always check for chakra damage. Chakra damage. Feeling good. Was in a pretty decent state before the healing. Repaired my Wei Chi aura rings. I think you mean your creative rings? Just yesterday, and it made such a difference. Many thanks, Janet. Cool. Good for you. Great. Someone says, thanks, Janet. A little anxious, but better than before. Yes, you did chakra repair. I was very productive during healing on tasks I avoid procrastinating. Awesome. Yeah. And you and some people, have persistent whackers right now. So you have persistent whackers. So you've already gotten a little, yeah. You have a very persistent whacker. So 1st chakra damage right now. Yeah. Part of it is because you have some stepping stone baggage right in your 1st layer back here. So all they have to do is like aim some force at that, like cord it and send a lot of force through it, and then it's like close to so many chakras, so then it just splits the chakras a little bit. So, sometimes you have stepping stone baggage here, sometimes you have it here, but I think that's why it's becoming chakra damage so easily, even though your auras are pretty nice right now. Like if they can get the cord into the stepping stone baggage, then they can blast that, and that it sort of ricochets in and blasts your chakras. Anyway, so you could unblock, especially your first layer around your hips and your and repair chakras 3 to 1. We actually did a section, you know, where we did hip work. Yeah, but you more need that first layer around the hips. We didn't do that so much when we were working the hips. But anyway, glad the healing helped. Just curious, how do our angels look like balls of light? It would depend on how precise your clairvoyance is. You could be seeing them as balls of light, yes. As long as they're not in your aura. Like angels would not be in your aura. But yes, you could be seeing them as balls of light. You could also be seeing them as like sort of, it depends how they present themselves to you also, because, you know, a spirit without a body can present itself in any way it wants. And so an angel, often they present themselves as like a sort of a human form with like giant wings, you know, manifestation wing. They look like manifestation back. But if your clairvoyance isn't that detailed, or if somehow, you know, when you were a kid, you just preferred the, you know, the pretty ball of light image, then they might be using that image instead, you know. Someone says, I'll go on your website. Thanks. Sure. You're welcome to. jwhealing.com. The only thing is, when you purchase a set of healings, which you're welcome to do, I won't know your name necessarily. Like if you pay by PayPal, then the name comes through. But if you pay by Stripe, which is you're definitely welcome to do, I don't get your name. Which, and if you're new, then I don't know your email address. Most people that they've emailed me before, I know their email address. So when they buy, I don't ask them what's your name, because I already know it based on their email address, and I'm trying to make the purchase process convenient. But if it's a new person, you know, maybe email me separately and just introduce yourself, because I'd love to know more about you anyway, if you want. And then that way I'll know who you are, which is very helpful when I'm healing. I need to know people's first and last name when I'm. Ha ha ha. And where you are, what country you're in is always fun too, because I do keep count of countries. Like of the 11 countries, 130 people, 14 were kids of those 130 people, ages 5 through 17. And then the country breakdown is for this set, 95 were in the US, 6 were in Qatar, 6 are in South Korea, 6 are in Canada, 5 in the United Arab Emirates, 3 in Ukraine, 3 in the UK, 2 in Spain, 1 in Indonesia, 1 in Japan, and 1 in New Zealand. Oh, knowing that. That's so cute. Someone says, we'll wash mom out of my space. My dad went into the hospital today, and she's probably pretty imbalanced right now. Yeah. Yeah, you can just remind her, you know, let her angels help, and also remind her, you know, telepathically, non-verbally, that your dad has his own angels. Because a lot of times people go into this rescue mode, like, oh, I need to, you know, we all need to, you know, help this person, you know, but that person has their own angels. And a lot of times people just get in the way. I mean, yeah, sure, you know, you can show support in any way, drive to the hospital or whatever, cook food or whatever, but the psychic getting in the way part, you know, they forget that that person has their own angels, and you have your own angels, and she has her own angels. Everyone has their own angels. And so, you know, if you just let your angels help you, it's a good thing. You know, stay out of the way of that person's angel. Let their angels help them. Anyway, what is stepping stone baggage? Yeah, we did it in the last set a little bit. It's just, I used to call it entry point baggage. It's blocks that, like, anyone can cord energy blocks, right, in your space, right? Any stuck energy people can cord. It's easier for them to cord. They can't, if you're all perfectly flowing, there's nowhere for people to cord. They can't cord you. But if you have, like, say, a big block right in front of your heart chakra, like anywhere here, then they could anchor into that cord, and then from that cord, they can shoot energy in and impact that chakra way more than if you didn't have those blocks there. Then it's hard for them to cord the chakra itself. Maybe they could do it if they try really hard and that chakra is pretty blocked. But if you have stepping stone baggage, it just makes it a lot easier for invasive beings and or invasive people to just leapfrog from that baggage into impacting your chakra more. So yeah, that's stepping stone baggage. It's just hard blocks that people can use to impact your chakras, to send their energy deeper into your. But yeah, we worked on it. We did it in different ways. Like we cleared stepping stone baggage that people were using to impact your base of skull points. We did that today. Just, baggage, hard blocks in your auras that people either currently are using or can use to go from there into your chakras or your meridians or your. Someone says, LOL, yeah, okay, I'll email you. Alrighty. And there is an email form on my website. There didn't used to be for years, but I finally joined this century. So if you're nervous, you might mistype my email address. You could just email me through my website if you want. My website is jwhealing.com, no S, jwhealing, or my email is janet@jwhealing.com. All right, so my gardening update and puppy cam. I'll separate them out. Maybe some people don't want one or the other. So the gardening update, there's not much to say, except that I have so many plants that need to be planted. It's insane. And on my porch right now is like kale plants from the winter that still haven't gone in the ground, which is kind of nuts. And like an army of basil plants, because I have the old basil that we had in the house all winter long that could go in the ground now. They're like these really big pot-bound basil plants. And then I have like all the new basil that I started indoors like maybe 2 months ago or a month and a half ago. And that's like an army of, there's Persian basil, and then there's this basil called Thai Towers basil, which is supposed to be tall. It'd be interesting. Anyway, that's all the basil. I have some broccoli plants. Some are in really good shape. I potted them up nicely and they're happy and healthy. And some are like totally root bound. I haven't done anything with them except keep them watered. That. Hope they forgive me when they get in the ground. We'll see. And then there's a whole bunch of flowers. Marigolds, zinnias, those are annuals. So the bummer about that is I have to plant them every year from scratch. I don't think I have many perennial flowers out yet. My perennial flowers are inside because they take longer to mature. So they're still in my grow room under grow lights, and I need to pot up a whole bunch of them. Korean agastache is this really cute. Maybe I'll show you my Korean agastache. Hold on one sec. It's kind of funny because, I like Korean agastache. I'll explain why when I show it to you, but then I also watch K-dramas, which is totally a coincidence that, I watch these little romantic comedies on Netflix from South Korea. Anyway, hold on, I gotta get the Korean agastache. Okay, so this is Korean agastache, most of it. The light green one. The dark green one is Shasta daisies, which Shasta daisies, I know some people say, oh, they take over, blah, 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 don't plant them. But I need stuff that takes over that I actually want in some parts of my yard, because I don't, there's a lot of plants I don't want that take over, especially in our backyard. So anyway, Korean agastache is that light green. And part of why I like it, well, when it gets bigger, it has these spikes of like purple flowers that last a long time, and the bees really like them. but I like the color, how unique. It's like light green because you can really tell it's very noticeable outside. So then I know, like when it starts coming up each year in the spring, I know it's not a weed. I know that's something that's supposed to be there, so I don't pull it. So it's a very practical reason. I mean, cosmetic because I think it's pretty. The light green color, it really stands out, but practical. That way I don't pull them up by accident when all the weeds try to take over every single spring. It's like battle of the weeds out there. In the Pacific Northwest, wow. Like, what do they do out here? It's just some weird special thing where everything grows so well out here. Like, including lots of stuff you don't want to grow well, like weeds. But anyway, so that's that. And of course, a zillion tomato plants. There's literally an army of tomato plants out there on the porch. Which is great. I mean, most of them are really healthy and gorgeous, but I'll just have to pick the best of the best, you know, and plant them. I've planted 3 tomato plants so far in the ground. But anyway, and like for the next couple days, I'll probably just be, you know, working on this healing and resting and planning the next one and whatever. So, but eventually they'll all get planted and they'll be fabulous and glorious when that happens. And then I have all these slug traps outside that they're kind of cool, but you have to clean them out and fill them with beer. And then they're covered so the rain doesn't dilute the beer, and then the slugs go in and meet their end so that they're not going to kill all my plants. So anyway, that's that. That's my garden update. A lot to do, but not much actually occurring. But anyway, I do need to pot up my Korean agastache. It's all ready to be in like bigger pots. So I have to pot it. I have to put it in bigger pots before it even gets onto the porch. Because if I put it on the porch like this, these little cell trays, they dry out really fast, and I've noticed the plants just don't do well if I do. That's what happened last spring. So anyway, there's that. That's my garden update. So now we will do the puppy can. Korean agastache. All right. So, well, there's Smokey. He's not a puppy, he's a cat. But you can see his tail draping down there. He's on that turquoise pillow there in the middle. So he's asleep. I'll leave him alone. He's a good boy. And then, actual puppy. He's not a puppy, he's a big boy. He's an adult. He's a senior, actually. I forget how old he is. Maybe 9. Anyway, he's. If I can get a closer shot of him. Busy. So cute, aren't you? You're so. Look at you. Oh my goodness. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's so cute. Alrighty. So, thanks for watching. You're amazing. Congratulations for thinking about your energy, letting your angels heal you. Please take good care of yourself. And if you wish, I will see, if you want to watch, I'll be doing another healing to finish up this set on Tuesday in 2 days. All right. Bye. You're amazing.